I had my set of plans for the Pennsylvania reduced to 1/72. And as you can see, these are the bulkheads plan. As if you want to compare this to if this is the Constitution or the United States, you'll see the difference between those two. Now, the plan bulkheads are so big that they don't fit on a regular size 8x11 sheet of paper. So you have to make them half and half. And by that, I'll show you what that means over here. Here you can see I have the bulkheads plan, the half plan for over here. You can see they're for 0 right here. I'm making them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 11 of them. So I had to make 22 sheets of that half plan over here. So in the next section of video, I'll show you how I cut it out. I cut 2 of them out. You take and you glue them together. This piece on this side is cut in half and turned over and taped down here. And that will give me the outside. I'll come back later at a different point in time and I'll cut the slot for the keel up the center here, and I'll cut the sides over here all the way down to the third deck, and I'll put nubs on it or not. I'm not sure yet how I'll do it to make the decks, but that should show you how to make the bulkheads for the Pennsylvania. And one thing I'm trying to bring to my mind here, I can't think of right at the top of my head. I'll have to determine where the shear is on each of these and cut that across. Again, it'll be 3/16 of an inch thick, the bulkhead walls and the keel. Since the plywood that I'll be using for the bulkheads is, well, actually it's a 1/4 inch, but a little less than a 1/4 inch because it's measured in millimeters. And I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head here. But when I get that plywood, and I lay this out on there, or when I start cutting this keel right here, I'll let you know what that is, or the keel slots. I'll let you know what that is. And also when I cut out the keel. See you next video. I can barely make out the numbers here, but I've already done the bulkheads for 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So the next one I'll be making is for this one here is number 24. Now I'm going to try and cut this and keep it in the frame as much as I can. And I wish me luck on that, all right? Let's get a piece here. Here you'll see I'm just going to come over from this side, cut along here, like this, right? Now here's 24, it's right there. Now follow the line down here with my thumb, and I get to the edge of the keel like this. I'll have to turn the scissors And really do try to cut as good a line as you possibly can here. Okay, and you'll just cut and follow this line up like this all the way up to the top. This won't take very long, so I'm not going to cut away. Make this short. But be careful you don't use sight of where that line is. I'll have one. And I'll do another one just like it. Cut it just like you saw here. But on this one, I'll start here and I'll cut right up this center line right here. Right? Now when I have this cut out right here, I'll flip it over and I'll line it up like this on that line as close as I can, and I'll just take some tape like this, invisible tape here. I'll put a piece here to hold it in place, and then put a longer piece in here. And then I'll flip it over and cut this little piece off right here. It'll go up to about here. I'll show that when I get to that point. Right now I'm just gonna cut this line out right here, and I'll come back. Now I have the piece cut out, and I'm gonna take here, and I'm gonna cut this. I put this piece of tape right here. Make sure it lines up good up at the top there. I have another piece already pre-tore, and I'll put that on here like so. I'm going to peel another longer piece off and put it on just like this. And now I'll label the bulkhead. Over here. So you can see there's a little flap over here that needs to come off, okay? So I turn this over and put a little piece of tape on there like this. Now that's so that this piece doesn't move on me. And I turn it over and I make this cut here. Now I see I have it, a bulkhead, at least the outer shape of the bulkhead cut off. Now I'll have to go through there and do the rest of these, and then on the other side, because this goes from center to the stern, and this side on the side that's over here goes from the center to the bow. So I'll have those to do as well. Again, they'll have to be doubled like this. It takes a lot of paper, a lot of ink, but that's not usual for this scale with 1/72 scale. It's just that when something's this large, you don't really have any other choice. Well, here I have a couple of bulkheads set up for, well, they will be cut out once they're on the plywood that you see, or glued to the plywood. You can see that the sidewall, that's about 1/4 inch or 9 inches in scale. And as it goes down, it gets just a little bit bigger until it gets to there. The slot goes from here to this point here. It's 5 millimeters thick, because this is 5 millimeters thick plywood. And here you have the same is the one that's right behind it. Same thing, right? Now I don't usually cut out the decks this way and this way, the hollow in here, like you see the kits done, because my cannons are not half cannons, they're whole barrels. They're put on half platforms. They don't have wheels. They're just brought up high enough with a spacer to simulate the height with the wheels on the height of the carriage. They'll go, this is about where one of the gun decks is. Here's one, and here's one. And this is spar deck. This is the shear, is right about there. There, spar, gun deck, gun deck, gun deck. And I may only cut the slot to here the first time around, and then I'll see how strong this is. It'll probably go to here, but I might start with one here and then put it on up to here. But we'll just, not for sure yet. These are quite a bit bigger bulkheads than I'm used to using or playing around with. That should do it for this, and that should do it for, actually for the bulkheads. The next video will be, I'll be gluing them onto the boards. So I need 3 boards like this, 12 by 60, and another one 12 by 60 that I'll put the keel on. So 4 boards. They're about 15 bucks a board. So $60 for plywood for the hull. This is, like I said, this is 1/4 inch, right? I only plank once. I put a 1/16 inch plank. It'll go on the outside here. So that'll make this thickness 5/16 of an inch. The inside of the spar deck here and up, because it'll have an enclosed hammock netting, so that'll bring it up higher, but all that will be done in probably 1/32 inch board. So you have 1/32 inch, 1/4, and a 1/16 of an inch. So that's about how thick this bulkhead will be up here. And it gets a little thicker as it goes down, but then that's how it is on the real ships anyway. And I like it thicker down on the bottom because it's a little bit, not to make this as flimsy. I have a tendency to sometimes, when I have these all in place, I might bang into one and one of them might break off. And that's just something I'm gonna have to live with. And I just glue it back into place with a little super glue. And it usually works out okay.